Saints Peter and Paul, pillars of faith, models of mission. This reflection is prepared by Father Ayub Francis, pastor at St. Jude Church, Grand Rapids, Michigan, USA. Profound introduction. Today the Church joyfully celebrates the solemnity of Saints Peter and Paul, two pillars of our faith and giants of Christian witness. Though vastly different in personality and background, Peter, the humble fisherman called from Galilee, and Paul, the learned Pharisee and fiery missionary to the Gentiles, both were chosen by Christ to shape the foundation of his church. Their lives, transformed by grace, reveal how God works through human weakness to manifest divine strength. They faced persecution, imprisonment, and martyrdom, but their love for Christ conquered fear and gave birth to hope. Together, they embody the fullness of the Church's mission, Peter as the rock of unity and leadership, Paul as the herald of the gospel to the nations. Their memory reminds us that holiness is not uniform but a unique response to God's personal call. Acts 12:1-11. This passage recounts Peter's miraculous escape from prison, a powerful testimony of God's providence and the Church's prayerful intercession. King Herod, seeking to persecute the early church, had arrested Peter, chaining him between guards. Yet, in the darkest hour, an angel of the Lord appeared and broke his chains, guiding him to freedom. Peter, initially dazed, realized God had delivered him from certain death. This moment echoes the resurrection, where light overcomes darkness and divine intervention opens prison doors. Peter's life is a testament to the fact that no earthly power can overcome the will of God. Psalm 34:2-9. This psalm is a joyful proclamation of trust in the Lord who hears the cry of his people. It celebrates deliverance, saying, "I sought the Lord, and he answered me. From all my fears he delivered me." The humble are encouraged to look to God with radiant hope, for the angel of the Lord encamps around those who fear him. It beautifully complements Peter's story, emphasizing that God rescues the faithful who turn to him in prayer. To Timothy 4:6-8, 17:18. In these final words, St. Paul reflects on his approaching martyrdom with peace and fulfillment. He sees his life as a poured-out libation, his mission completed, and the crown of righteousness awaiting him. Paul's words are not of regret, but of victory, for he has fought the good fight and kept the faith. He credits the Lord for strengthening him during trials and ensuring the gospel was fully proclaimed. His confidence in God's saving presence, even in suffering, is a model of unwavering faith. Paul's witness calls us to perseverance and total surrender to Christ. Mark 16:13-19. This gospel passage includes the risen Christ's final commission to the disciples before his ascension. Jesus commands them to go into all the world and proclaim the good news to the whole creation. He assures them of signs that will accompany their mission, driving out demons, healing the sick, speaking new languages, evidence of divine authority working through human hands. After speaking, Jesus is taken up into heaven and seated at the right hand of God. Yet he does not leave them alone. He works with them, confirming the word with powerful signs. Peter and Paul lived this commission to the full, journeying to the ends of the known world to preach Christ crucified and risen. Their courage, their miracles, and their words flowed from their communion with the risen Lord. Through them, we see that the Church continues Christ's mission, empowered by his Spirit and grounded in apostolic faith. Their legacy lives on in every baptized believer sent into the world today. Lessons from the feast. God calls and uses people with different personalities and pasts for his mission. Grace can transform fear into courage and failure into faithfulness. The Church is built on the unity of leadership, Peter, and the zeal of evangelization, Paul. Prayer and divine intervention remain essential for the life and mission of the Church. True greatness in God's eyes is found in faithfulness, not success. We are each called to carry forward the apostolic mission in our own time and context. A question for meditation: how am I personally responding to Christ's call to be his witness in my world today, following the example of Saints Peter and Paul?